10 minutes of unsolvable science questions to sleep to. The questions without answers. Imagine lying beneath a night sky, the kind so clear that the stars seem endless. Each point of light is a reminder that the universe stretches far beyond what we can ever touch or measure. For every mystery that science has untangled, lightning, gravity, the code of DNA, there remain others that retreat as we approach them, slipping further into shadow. These are not questions that exist because no one has tried hard enough. They exist because they may not have answers in the way we expect. Science thrives on questions, and its greatest strength is the pursuit of them. Yet some questions have lingered for decades, even centuries. They are not just gaps waiting to be filled. They are cracks in the foundation of what we think reality is. They hint that maybe the puzzle we're trying to solve isn't missing a few pieces. It might be missing the very shape of the pieces themselves. From the birth of the universe to the strange fact of consciousness, these questions stand like silent guardians at the edge of human thought. They remind us that certainty is fragile, and that what we call knowledge might be no more than a lantern in a boundless cave. And so we begin with the oldest and grandest question of all, one that doesn't ask about stars or galaxies, but about time itself. What happened before the Big Bang? We're told that the universe began with the Big Bang, a moment 13.8 billion years ago, when everything, space, time, matter, and energy, burst forth from an unimaginably hot and dense point. But this leads to a haunting question. What came before? The problem is, the word before might not mean anything here. Time itself may have started at the Big Bang. Asking what came before it is like asking what's north of the North Pole. Yet our minds resist this. We want a cause, a trigger, something that explains the spark. Some scientists suggest that the Big Bang was not the beginning at all. Perhaps it was just one event in an endless cycle, universes expanding and collapsing like a cosmic heartbeat. Others imagine that our universe budded off from another, like foam bubbling on an infinite sea. The implications stretch the limits of thought. If time had no beginning, then we live in a reality that has always existed, with no ultimate origin. If it did begin, then existence itself emerged out of nothing. Both options are nearly impossible to grasp. And so, the question lingers. Not just how our universe began, but whether the very concept of beginning has any meaning at all. What is dark matter made of? When you look at the night sky, it seems filled with stars, galaxies, and glowing nebulae. But this is an illusion. Most of the universe is invisible. The matter we can see, planets, stars, dust, and gas, makes up less than 5%. The rest is hidden, and one mysterious part of it is called dark matter. We only know dark matter exists because of its pull. Galaxies spin so quickly that they should fly apart, unless there's extra mass holding them together. That invisible mass is dark matter, making up about 27% of everything. Yet no telescope has ever seen it. It doesn't emit light, doesn't absorb it, doesn't interact in ways we can easily measure. For decades, physicists have built detectors in deep underground caves, shielded from all noise, hoping to catch a single dark matter particle passing by. So far, the detectors have remained silent. Some wonder if dark matter is not a particle at all, but something stranger, maybe hidden dimensions or unknown laws of gravity. The unsettling truth is that we live in a universe built mostly of something we cannot see or touch. If we discover it, physics will be rewritten. If we never do, then the foundations of our universe may remain permanently out of reach. Why is the universe expanding faster? Not only is the universe expanding, it's accelerating. Imagine tossing a ball into the air, expecting it to slow down, but instead, it speeds up and flies away faster and faster. That's what the universe is doing, and no one knows why. Scientists call the cause dark energy. It may make up nearly 70% of the cosmos, yet its nature is almost entirely unknown. It's as if reality itself is pulling outward, stretching the fabric of space at an increasing pace. If dark energy stays constant, the universe will continue expanding until galaxies drift so far apart that their light never reaches each other. Eventually, stars will burn out, and the cosmos will fade into darkness. If dark energy changes, the future could be even stranger. The expansion might reverse, collapsing everything back into a fiery end. In either case, our fate is tied to an invisible force we can't yet explain. A silent hand, shaping the destiny of everything. How did life begin on Earth? Here on Earth, life is everywhere. Deep in the oceans, on mountaintops, even clinging to ice. Yet the first spark that began it all remains a mystery. We know that billions of years ago, Earth was a harsh, volcanic world. Somehow, in those conditions, simple molecules began to copy themselves. That single step from non-living matter to self-replicating life is the great unsolved puzzle. Did it happen in deep sea vents, where hot minerals provided energy? In shallow ponds, warmed by the sun? Or could life have arrived from space, carried by comets or meteorites? Each theory is possible, and yet none are proven. The answer shapes our place in the universe. If life begins easily, then the stars may be filled with living worlds. If it requires almost impossible luck, then we may be alone in an otherwise silent cosmos. Either way, the question remains at the heart of our search for meaning. Why do we have consciousness? Close your eyes for a moment. Notice the voice in your head, the sense of being. You. That inner world is consciousness. The strange fact that the universe is not only happening, but that you are aware of it. Scientists can map brain activity, trace neurons firing, and even predict certain thoughts before we have them. But none of this explains why experience exists at all. Why does brain activity feel like something from the inside? Why is there a world of colors, sounds, memories, and emotions, instead of just silent biology? Some say consciousness is just an accident, an evolutionary byproduct with no deeper meaning. Others suspect it may be fundamental to the fabric of reality, like space and time themselves. If that's true, then the universe is not just matter and energy, but awareness woven into its core. Either way, the mystery of consciousness forces us to question not only what we are, but what reality itself might be. Are we living in a simulation? And then there is the most unsettling question of all. What if none of this is real? The simulation hypothesis suggests that everything we see, stars, oceans, even our memories, could be part of a vast computer program. If future civilizations can simulate consciousness, and if they create many such simulations, then statistically, we might be inside one right now. The idea is not as far-fetched as it sounds. Our own technology is advancing quickly, creating virtual worlds more detailed each year. What would a million years of progress look like? If a civilization can simulate entire realities, then simulated beings, like us, wouldn't know the difference. If true, then even our deepest discoveries, physics, history, the sense of self, could all be manufactured rules in a hidden system. The most haunting part is this: we may never know. And so we circle back to where we began, lying under the night sky, surrounded by questions that stretch beyond our reach. What came before time? What holds the galaxies together? Why are we aware at all? Perhaps the answers will never come. Or perhaps, one quiet night in the far future, they will. Until then, we are left adrift in a sea of mysteries, comforted, in a strange way, by the beauty of the unknown.